Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about, some of the things that have been going on in my mind. And in today's video, I have one topic that I wanted to talk about, um, which is an interesting topic because it's, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's yeah, it's somewhat hard to talk about. Not as hard as some of the topics that I've talked about before on this channel, but it's up there. So, without further ado, the topic that I want to talk about is this idea of choosing, like, how do you basically decide who to keep in your life and who not to keep? And this is an idea that I've been playing around in my head a lot because basically, so the more status you gain from a societal perspective, the more basically like people will like you, but the majority of the people will not like you for the right reasons, or at least for the reasons that you care about. And basically, because when people like us and are nice to us, um, you know, it's hard to determine who likes us for us and who likes us for our status. And for basically not only our status, but let's say our potential status or what we might potentially bring them. And thinking about this, because I've been very social, quote unquote, by being a bit more open with people around me, trying to form true connections. A lot of the people that I connect with, like, because I'm learning how to be a more thoughtful person, they will like me. Basically, we will get along well and stuff. But that's because I've like done the work of, I don't know. It sounds a bit weird to say, but becoming likable. And basically, the way to become likable is to uh, be really thoughtful about people and like truly listen to what they say. And when basically something comes up that's for this person, basically just uh, remember that and act on it. And basically, that's a good thing. But the problem with this is that it does not go both ways. So basically, people uh, who now like you because you understand them and you've made the deliberate effort to understand them, they think that it goes both ways, that because you understand them, they also understand you. But it's actually not the case. And that makes you, like, at least it makes it so much harder for me to be able to talk about the things that are hard for me to talk about because I'm very accepting of people. Uh, like whoever you are, I will always try. Because I genuinely believe in the goodness of human beings and that we are all worthy of love and care and all of that stuff. That's because it's, I don't know, just part of my values as a person. The people that I give this love to don't necessarily share the same values because this empathy and compassion does not only apply to the people who share the same values as me, but I like it's very general. But that means that on the other, like on the receiving end, they're not necessarily um, as let's say tolerant as I am towards them. And basically, they like most people assume like, okay, this person is being nice to me. It must be that I am like. It must be that they are like. That's what they think of themselves. Is that okay? Like they interpret it somehow as them having power over you as a person because you're being extremely nice and thoughtful. But they don't realize that actually that says more about the person giving than the person on the receiving end. I mean, that's not at all my intention. Like, my intention is just to be genuinely empathetic to everyone I meet in my life. Just see the good, the bad, and like all of it, and just love people for who they are. I mean, like most of these like people, it's not as if like I'm not talking about romantic relationships because that's completely different. And it is the same, but it's not what I'm talking about here. I'm just talking about people I encounter in my life. I always, always try to extend them my empathy and love, uh, and care as a human being, because that's the kind of person that I am becoming, and that's part of my values. That's how I act when I'm aligned with my values. But it doesn't go like it's not a two-way street, and that means that basically I put myself in a situation where it's very hard for me to talk about the things that I don't know, I sometimes don't accept about myself. And so people don't extend you the same courtesy that you do for them. It's because they don't realize, like they think that basically the reason that you're extending them that courtesy is because they are somewhat special. But I mean, everyone is special in their own way, but it's out of pure empathy and love, not because I don't know how to express that, but it's not because they are better than you. It's like basically they take that as if you extend them this love or whatever, it's because they are better than you, and uh, or like I'm no, it's not accurate to say that, but sometimes people interpret it as that. So if they don't feel like the same empathy towards you and they start judging you, they assume that, you love me, but I don't love you as much because I'm better than you, or like I don't accept these things about you. And basically, there's this illusion of superiority that means that they don't treat you as well as you treat them, but you're actually not treating them that way because I don't know. You're actually just treating them that way, just part of your values, and it's okay. Like if you are tolerant with intolerant people, they they justify, like it's as if they give themselves even more reasons to be intolerant, and I'm really not sure how to express it. It's like it's really clear in my head, like this asymmetric relationship that happens with basically tolerance and intolerance, because it's really easy to be intolerant. You just have to say no. But it's really, really hard to be not just tolerant, but to have empathy, like true, deep empathy towards people, and just like see them for who they are, all of their facets, and love them still. Um, and that's those are my values. That's the person that that I care about being, and that's the person that I try to show up as in my day-to-day life. I try to see people in as an objective lens as possible and love them. Like I want to know their flaws. I want to be aware of their flaws. It's not as that I'm looking at life from a rose-colored glasses. I'm looking at it from the perspective of, yes, you are a human being, and all human beings have their flaws, and have the amazing things about them, and all human beings deserve to be loved despite their flaws, and basically, in some sense, for their flaws. It's a bit counterintuitive, but it's with that sense of acceptance and deep compassion that I give that. It's not as if I only see the positive side, right? But then on the other side, they view that as you giving them permission to judge you because they are not able to, like, they only love the good things about you, and it's hard for them to accept that, like, this holistic view of human beings, which obviously I am one, and I have my flaws and I have the things that I'm insecure about, and things like that. And basically, it's really hard for me to open up to anyone. I try, like, that's the thing. I try to make it extremely easy for people to open up to me, but for me, it's really hard to open up to people because I need to basically determine who are the people who have the same qualities as me, uh, in terms of loving me as a whole person with my flaws and with the good things and the bad things that I have, with the good and bad qualities that I have as a human being. And that's a small subset of all of the people that I give out love to. And so basically the tricky part is in basically determining who are the people that you can trust. Because given that you give out all of this love, people, return some of it. But then a big portion of these people who return this love won't actually love you for the whole person that you are, with your flaws and all. And that's basically the portion of people that it's hard for me to determine who are the people that are like that and who can I actually trust out of all of these people that basically I could open up to. Who out of these people that I make it for whom I make it really easy to trust me, who out of these people can I trust? And it's really hard because basically it's back to this question that people don't love me for who I am, but they love me for how I make them feel when I'm in my best mood, when things are going well for me, when I'm being optimistic. But what about when things are going bad for me and I need someone to cheer me on or to lift me up? And that's what makes it hard, is that I realize that there is this imbalance that I will always, like, because of who I am, because of my values, I will always be the supporter for other people, but I don't think that they are supporters of me the same way that I am for them. And that's okay. I just need to find who are like, and that means that I will get hurt a lot, and that's okay. But there is a small subset of those people that will also support me, and those are the ones that I'm looking for. And I was going through a bit earlier, like, the people around me, the people that I know, the people that I'm in contact with, and trying to do somewhat of a vibe check. Who do I like, because of the things that I've been learning, and again, back to my values, I'm always trying to be the kind, like, energizing to the people around me. And I don't expect them to be the same for me because basically I'm always trying to bring positive energy and lift people up. But then I do it for all sorts of people around me just because those are the values that I live by. And it's not returned just because of maybe the different stages that people are in their different lives and how they view things and all of that stuff, and that's completely okay. But basically, in some sense, like, because I always bring the positive version of myself, people who actually don't bring that to me. Like, they still want to spend time with me, because I give them that version of myself, right? But it's really hard to go through this whole introspection thing where I can be really honest with myself about who are the kind of people who energize me and who are the kind of people that drain me, and be deliberate about spending less time with the kind of people that drain me, despite the fact that I try to energize them in the way that I show up in the world. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that sounds, I don't know, egotistical or like delusional or whatever. I honestly don't know. It's just something that I've been trying. Like, I don't have the right words to describe this feeling that some people in my life, despite the fact that I do my best to energize them, they don't return that, like, energizing energy back to me. And my interactions with them are draining for me but energizing for them. Those are the kind of people that I'm trying to basically, like, take account of, and like be aware who are those people, and maybe be more deliberate about reducing my interactions with them in my life, because despite the fact that I try to always take out energy into the world, negative energy, or like, I don't have infinite energy, right? I myself, as you probably see on this channel, I get super demotivated. I like people, how like someone might say something and it will affect me a lot, even though I will always try to keep a brave face and always try to be open and like always try to listen to their perspective and listen to their point of view. It does drain me, it does get to me. I just try to always be on the listening side despite that getting to me. But depending, like, I need to reduce my number of draining interactions and just accept that despite the fact that I'm energizing to these people, I don't have an infinite energy well to like to get energy from, and just to accept that I need to be more deliberate about cutting out, not cutting out, but at least reducing my interactions with some people in my life. And it's like, I've been reflecting on it, and it's like really hard to put down names because I genuinely care about these people. But it's just the truth that whenever I hang out with them or have a meeting with them or something like that, I come out drained, and then I start questioning my whole life. And that's not the kind of interactions that I want more of in my life, to be completely honest. So, yeah, I think I need to find some sort of mechanism to like somewhat clean the network, or like not clean the whole network in the sense of clean who I allow to get access to the most vulnerable versions of myself, because like I'm really sensitive, and so my default is to not show those parts, because if I show them and they are rejected, it just touches me right in the heart, and it's really really hard for me to recover. And so it's been really hard for me to talk about those things. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons that I don't know. Sometimes I feel like a bit of an imposter because I'm not being my full self, but like most of the situations require me to not be my full self and just be the version that the situation requires of me. But still, yeah, it's just something that I'm learning to deal with. Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in today. That's all I wanted to talk about for today. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one right before this one, or you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. Thanks a lot again for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.